Okay, how is everyone? Welcome back to FIFA Manager 2025. This is your club president or your club coach of Bristol Ironclads Football Club, the best football club in the world at the moment. I don't know whether I'm making a fuss about that, but we are definitely going to be the best football club in the world with the time to come. Considering how everything else is going and how we are doing, we are on course for that. Not about bragging at any point in time. I am not. Yes, this team is just practically the best. We are on course to do that, and we have just shown that in the past few months. Welcome back. We are just about becoming the kings of this footballing world that we are generally managing in. Consider, even though we have a really, really poor looking stadium, our stadium looks like as if we have been picked from a certain group of limitless that are not considering their lives. We are in the middle of a city. That's what is good. Just look at that. We have skyscrapers all around us. We have fans. We have people viewing us from apartments and those places. They should know that very soon this club, the team that is playing here, is going to be one of the best in England and in Europe. We are currently playing at the Hell Performance Stadium. Okay, after that little bragging about how the team has been, I have come to see that on the club status, I can actually see how well the club is progressing. Our stadium is half a star. That is definitely very visible from what you have seen. Our goalkeeper is 1 star, defenders 2 star, midfielders 2 star, and attackers 1 star. Tactics 2 star, transfers 5 star. I do know how to do my transfers. Yeah, if you have played Football Manager for long, then you will definitely know how to do transfers in any football managing game. My staff is 3 star. I have good category of staff, and then club facilities 1 star. We will develop in terms of the facilities, though it's not going to be as fast because it actually costs money, but we will do so. When we have money, something is always put in developing. And also, if I come to infrastructure, club facilities, we have quite a lot of things. Yeah, a lot of things are new. Stuff are level 1. Yeah, they are definitely causing they need improvements. There's a point we will reach that we will max out everything, or maybe we can downgrade, we can deconstruct something that we actually don't need. Okay, so after the little introduction about the team and the stadium affairs, something I've also come to see is that people were complaining about the low capacity of public transport in the previous match. I think I really need to do something about the public transport for the home matches. If I put it at 500, I'll be spending 1,200 per home match. 1,000, it will be 2,400 per home match. So let us do that, and then we see how how this, when there's a solid attendance, we can actually get more funds, and actually people can stop making noise about all of this. Extending locker rooms costs 400,000. I don't have 400,000 in the bank right now, so that one will have to stay and wait. Other than that, so far I think this team of players has actually been doing really great. I have a few injuries to report in Aaron Smith, our left back, who is out for 9 days with a capsule tear. I think he will be back sooner rather than later. But in his position, Jackson has just been massively incredible this season. 2 goals and 2 assists in 16 matches from left back. That is really good. Rig has taken he has 1 goal and no assist. He has taken Williams' position. Williams himself has actually been good this season. He hasn't been bad, but he has no goal, no assist. He has just not been putting up the numbers. Even his form has been quite low compared to that of the team. If you look here and then you come to season and then you click team average, you can see the yellow line. His form has been quite low, below the team's average performance, and I think he just needs to try and do better. The next injury we have is Sergio Ui, our centre back, the best player in the squad. He is out for only 7 days with a strained lateral ligament. He was out for 2 weeks. He has only a week left on his injury status. This guy has had a massive season from centre back. He has 3 goals, no assists in 14 matches, and when you compare his form to that of the team average, he has always been most of the time above it. This one is ever since he got injured. That's why it has gone to that low height. But this guy has had a really, really massive team. According to statistics, he is the signing of the season so far, and is one of the best players in the club at the moment. The third injury we have is Jack Wehan, who has also had a good start to the season. He's out for 12 weeks with a damaged knee cartilage. I think for him, his season is quite almost over. But Jack Wehan too has had a massive season. He has been okay. He has been placing it above the line a little bit, but also below the line at times. 3 goals and 4 assists from him at central midfield is quite good. And with those injuries, I think you have seen that we have been scoring a lot of goals, and we are actually somewhere great in the table. Yeah, we are currently first in the table, having played 12, won 10, drawn 1, and lost 1. Scored 26 goals, conceded 6, 20 goal difference, 31 points. We are only 2 goal differences above Uxbridge, but we are a massive 5 points behind them. Not massive, I don't know why I'm calling it massive. It's not massive because Uxbridge are yet to lose a game this season. Yeah. Running of results. How have these results reached us to be able to reach that top point of the table? We started the season against South Park. That was the last game we played when we were 2 late goals from Bracken on goal, and Thompson made it 2-0 for us, and we won our first game of the season. We then welcomed Binfield at home, beat them by 2 goals to 0. Wehan and Slew with the goals. Gosport Bro, we traveled to them away from home. We drew 1-1. Rig and Nesbit scoring an own goal for them. So in short, we scored both goals for us. So they actually had no job to do. We just had to score every goal for them. And yeah, that game ended 1-1. Then we welcomed Guernsey at home, a game that I thought was going to be quite easy. We only beat Guernsey by 1 goal to 0. Kingstonian away from home, our first loss of the season. As you saw on this list, we saw that Kingstonian was a team that looked like they were going to beat us. So at this point they were top of the table, and then we lost to them 1-0 away from home. So it was not that bad of a game, but they just scored early and then held back that defense and won the game in the end. But ever since that, we have won every game, including beating Ascot United 2 goals to 0. Uy scoring his first goal of the season again, and then Wehan scoring the other one. We scored in back-to-back games. Liu scored a hat-trick against Hartley Whitney, and then we scored 1 goal again. And then for the third game in a row, our centre back scored a third goal. This was his season. This was his session of form. This one was his best period of the season so far, against From Town, where we had 4 different goal scorers in Ramsey, Wakefield, and Thompson. So that went on to beat Bradford by 2 goals to 1, right, and Wehan. Harrobo, Slew came back into that form of his last season, scoring 4 times against Harrobo in a 4-1 win. Lately, we have traveled to Leatherhead. Remember all the problems Leatherhead were giving us last season. We beat them away from home 2-1, Leash and Wright, and then Hanworth, Villa, Slew, and Wright scored in our latest 2-0 win. From that list, you've seen that we have had a couple of very different goal scorers. One of them in Slew, who this season is just like last. 12 goals, 3 assists in 15 appearances. I mean, if this guy doesn't go down as one of the best players in the school club's history, then I don't know. Jerome Slew. And then Wright too, who have also had a good start to the season. 6 goals and 5 assists in 15 is pretty good for a player, and also his team average is just pretty high. So he is okay. He's really great. Other than that, we have had a really good start to the season. A lot was shifted in the starting 11. Jack Wehan usually used to play here a lot. Stockdale was back to the reserves, but he is now back to the bench, but he is now back in the starting 11 because Wehan is out for a very long time. One player I really feel sorry for though is Lewis McKean, who have been forced to move back to the reserves team at 31 years of age. His level was just very reserve. Like even a lot of reserve players have levels higher than his. So he didn't feature much for us in the first team, and he just had to move back to the bench. And then apart from that, I think no much changes have been made. Jackson slotted in at left back most of the time. Rig has taken over Ramsey's position at right back for a lot of games. Bar and Nesbit are here considering Sergio Uy is out. Luke has grown massively this season from a 32 rating to a 37 rating this time. Just look at his goalkeeping stats. Everything is just going high. His balance is going high. I think the training that he is doing is pretty good, and he is gaining a lot. His form currently is at a 15. It is very high. Our starting keeper at the moment, really playing well for us. Well, I have no other comparisons to make. A lot of first team players last season have dropped to the bench, not the way I wanted it to, but it has fostered someone like Ben Ramsey. Ben Ramsey, I never thought that I will be dropping him to the bench sooner rather than later. But look at this. In 10 games that he has played for us, he has out injured for a while. In the 10 games he has played for us, he has had only 1 goal and no assist at all. So his average form is not that great. And if I compare that to McConville right here this season so far, he has had 2 goals and 3 assists. Who do you start up from the other? After the current season ends, he will end his career. That is okay. He's 32 years of age. But who do you start? A person putting up goals and assists, or a person whom you signed last season, ended the season well, and now it is something? Yeah, Ben Ramsey has dropped off a cliff. McConville is ending his career, so I've given him a platform to just do that. And this season, particularly, he is doing pretty great. Okay, so apart from that, it's now to discuss the order of today. Currently, we are in October 18th. I'm planning to play the Oxbridge and Rains Parkvale games. Oxbridge, because they are right behind us in second, they're only 5 points behind us. A win here will increase that gap to 8 points, and definitely now, if we drop the title at this point, yeah, we have a problem. They are yet to lose a game, that is why, and they are the team that have conceded the least in the league, and they're the third highest scoring team currently. So it is a tough picked for us. Oxbridge last season they also caused us some problems. I think they beat us in one of the appearances we had against them, and we drew the other. Yeah, so that is the reason I'm playing Oxbridge. And then the game against Reims Parkvale is just by the way, because Street are all the way down in relegation zone, and Reims Parkvale seems like the next team can actually cause me some problems, or a team that I can actually play and have a little bit of hard time. Rendsburg Vale at home, that will be our next game after the Oxbridge game. Oxbridge away though, I remember when I went to Kingstonian away, it was a very difficult game when they were in first. Oxbridge away is also not going to be easy, and also Leatherhead away, we only managed to win 2-1 thanks to a late goal from right, and it's never going to be easy. So yeah, it's going to be hard. So let us prepare for this Oxbridge game. Practically speaking, I'm already prepared. I don't even have anything to prepare. The first 11 the way it is has been my best, and it's just going to continue being. I am missing Sergio Ui. This guy from corners, balls being delivered into the box was just massive, really really massive. If you come into his player details and actually come and look at his statistics for heading accuracy, it's at a 64, and then his jumping a 67, his heading accuracy is at a 64. So with him, I believe he is very, very much okay. A Nigerian slash Italian who is actually performing great for us. I think that is our only foreign signing in the team as of now, unless yes, Lou is English. Yeah, so that's our only foreign signing in the team as of now, and I'm happy to have a foreigner in the squad. Means we are starting to go global. We are no longer restricted to English football. We are starting to go global slowly by slowly, and Sergio Ui is our first representation on the global level. And I think Luke Govoko is also not his English. The Govoko name doesn't look English to me. It's rare for you to find a team that has a stadium that actually has like a cameraman, a platform where a cameraman can actually stand. Look at this, look at the lights, look at the lights all across, and then also look at the fans that are in attendance. Even though people are not sitting, they're standing just by the side. I think Oxbridge is a very, very supported team. Which part of England is Oxbridge in? Well, I think I will start have to start doing some stadium safaris sooner rather than later, because I really, really want to know the places we're going to visit, and they are lining up in a 4-2-1-3 formation. We are doing a very non-league 4-4-2. Yeah, I think I'll have to start doing stadium safaris just to know where Jerome Slew gets a first minute yellow card. What has he done? Wow, that was actually bad. I have to start doing stadium safaris to know where the teams in England are, because this is going to be hard if we don't. And they have the first shot of the game that was not actually planned. And now I think with the way have started, we will have to play defensive a little bit in this game. And then when we have actually weathered the storm, we can start going offensive. And now Jerome Slew has been given a red card because of another tackle up front. What was this? I mean, he does get past this play and then he just decides to slide into that tackle. Imagine the man you are wishing that can actually hold it up for you and provide the goals is given a red card. I already saw it from the beginning that once that yellow card was given, there was going to be a huge problem for us. And Slew has been given a red card. Now we have one man up front. I'm not worried about the defense or anything, but now our striking force is a little bit dealt. a huge blow. And now I don't know how this game always operates, but once you get a red card, it just makes you the weaker team, even though that red card does not really affect your defense. And just from the stake of things, that's what is looking like is going to happen. I hope we can find some people to give that response. As here comes Wakefield, shoots, Wakefield scores. Yeah, those are the people I need for to make the response. That is one good bloody goal, you Wakefield man, scoring in a field all the way out in Oxbridge. Even though our striker is on a red card, I am not short of scoring prowess. I am not short of players to score goals. So that was a beautiful goal. We are going to have less of the possession because all of a sudden there is, and then that one was almost another yellow card. Oof, let's hold on to up to that. No more yellow cards, guys, please. Well, it does look like this ain't over. Here comes right back into Wakefield. Wakefield into Leach. Leach. That is a beautiful goal. I know how to pick up my times. When you see in this game, when you play for a while, you know when a chance is being created and when a chance is not being. And that is El Capitano for us, for the team top of the league, with a red card to a striker. Well, that doesn't actually affect the game the way it is. But Wakefield have had, Uxbridge have had some chances. They have had a lot of, and also I have another yellow card in Nesbit, so I will have to make that change at halftime if I can. And that ball into the box could have been better. 2 minutes to go till halftime. Here comes Morgan again into whoever that was, and that one was a chance. It looked a chance, and it is a goal from me. So it's currently 2-1. They are not entirely out of this, and we don't have to be complacent at this point. 2-1 the lead. Jerome Slew got an early red card. That was not ideal. I've never It's never been ideal playing with a red card, but Michael Nesbitt could be subject to the same if I don't bring on Campoli at this point. I know Campoli has dropped off a cliff for a very, very long time, but I have to make that change if I want to actually get something out of this game. So mathematically speaking, we are having a far better game than them, far less greater game. Look at they have had 4 shots, 1 on target. We have had two on target. So as long as the ball goes on target, you expect a goal. So it's only about them putting more balls on target in the second half. Even possession wise, they've just been better than us. So hopefully this second half we don't mess this 2-1 lead. But I don't think we'll be able to hold on to it for long. Let us see. Maybe I am wrong. I hope I am wrong. Conville looking for right. That was not going to go in. With 20 minutes to go till full time, I believe we have a goal. Righty, our little friend Righty, our new striker is delivering. McConville down that wing with a cross into the box, right with that diving attempt, that sliding attempt, and it is 3-1 to Ironclads against Oxbridge. And Wallerton has been brought on as the final substitution of the half for Andre Leash because he's on a yellow card. I love the way my assistant thinks. He knows how to think, and that was a good tackle in the box. I thought we had given away a penalty, and now that one goes back all the way to the keeper. And now with a red card for a striker, I don't think a red card for a striker really upset the team a lot. We have players all around. We have a really good squad, a really good team, and we have been doing great this season so far. So up to this point, I'm happy with what the team has done. 3 great goals, even though we have a red card. 3 really good goals. The fact that we are competing for who has most tackles in the game is not helping because we have just conceded a second and it is in the 90th minute. So what do? Can we hold on to this for the last few minutes that are remaining? Yeah, that's what I hope. The referee has added 4 minutes onto that, but we have already given the ball away. They have the last chance maybe to get that for elusive third goal. They want to make this a draw, but McConville, the slower he gets, the slower this game is going to go, the faster this game is going to go, and we are going to win the game by 3 goals to 2, even though we conceded a last minute goal there. 3-2 away from home with a red card. That is really massive, but I think Slew deserves to be given a fine, to be fined. That was actually not ideal from him, getting a red card in like what, 12 minutes, 2 yellow cards, two consecutive yellow cards, and that was it for him. Jerome Slew, that was really not great. Wakefield, the man of the match for us and the man of the match overall, he scored a goal, and that was just enough for us to get this elusive 3-2 win against the team second in the table. And with that, we have created an 8 point gap, 8 point gap, or 8 gap point, 8 point gap. Yeah, we have created an 8 point gap as we have an offer from Telford United. Telford United are in the Vanarama National League North, so I am not interested in going anywhere right now. I'm very dedicated to the squad. Yeah, the gap is now 8 points to Oxbridge in second place, and that is really, really massive. Farham Town had the chance to go above them, but they won. But yeah, Farnham won. August Proboro was the one that was right behind them. They drew, and then Farnham won and came back to second. That 8 point gap, and now I think we should be able to do us a great deal. Okay, next match up, we have the game against. What's the team we're playing against? We're playing against Rains Park Vale next Saturday. So let us go up to that game and then prepare and see. Other than that, the rest of the games, apart from the one against Gosport, someday, sometime, is everything is expected to be a win for us. I mean, this season has just been really immense for us. Another game that I thought we were actually going to lose because the fact that we are home and Oxbridge have been playing well. They have not had a loss this so far this season, but I think we have done them a great deal, giving them their first loss of the season. No one goes unbeaten when I'm still in this league. Okay, match day 2 of today. I mean, yeah, the second game of today. Sergio Ui is back, but just not fit enough. Bar and Nesbit are currently at least better off fit than him. I think him coming up in the second half will be something great and maybe putting up that performance that we actually need him to. For some reason, Jerome Slew's red card does not count into the next game. I think it only counts when it is a straight red, but for if it is two yellow cards, you just stay out for the rest of the match that you have been given in that game. I don't know how to read rules for this league or anything else, but yeah, the rules are just for the general yellow card rules. We have yellow card counts after second yellow card, no appeal after red card immediately, suspension, fixed duration, bans apply to all national competitions. No, no, no. Second yellow card bans player for one match. No, yeah, that is the rule. Second yellow card bans player for one match. That one does not ban the player for the next game. So you are only banned for the rest of the game as it plays out. So yeah, that is just as the way it is. And then that's the thing that has managed to let Slew back into the game. But I think I've had a little bit of a daddy chat with him, and in the next game he will be better than what uh, he has been doing this so far this season. He has had really great form that for him to get that red card is actually not something great for the team. So the next games against Rains Park Rovers, I believe Rains Park Vale. Yeah, Rains Park Vale is going to be quite immense. Let's head into the stadium, the Hell Performance Stadium. Just some information I'm getting from this tab. We have not lost a game this season that we have scored first. Yeah, we are yet to lose a game this season that we have scored first. The 1-1 draw we had, the other team is the one that scored first, and that is a very, very good statistic for us. We have scored first in all of our last 8 games that we have won, and we have not lost any of those games. So it's all about heading first and scoring that goal first. And today is Lou, who was giving away tackles last match, is on the end of the first one in this first minute of the game playing at home. Rolls Royce have taken really good banners across the pitch. There are advertisements that they are getting. Yeah, even Intel are there. We have electronic advertisement boards, and that one is something good. Across into the box, this one would have really, really wanted our center back in Sergio Ui. Of all words, this has been a pretty average first half performance, not what we are used to as Leach's. What is up with the Leach today in terms of his accuracy? It is actually really bad. Yeah, this has been a very, very precursor first half. We have 3 attempts only. I don't even think there is any on target. As here comes Slew, Jerome Slew. Can he at least score one? What's up with this guy's accuracy for the day? Wow, Jerome Slew, what is happening? He has had those run-ins, a lot of them, but just can't convert. His accuracy has been down as there is a very, very good tackle by Richards running all the way down the wing. But Rig is there. Rig, I think that one is definitely a yellow card. That one had to be one. His tackle was actually not great. We have had 4 shots, only one on target. And Jerome Slew has been the recipient of all of those shots. Charlie Wakefield in central midfield is on a yellow card. Huh. That is not good, right? That's actually not good. Can Alex Wallerton play central mid? 34. That if that is needed, then that is actually is actually going to happen, because having 2 yellow cards on the pitch, it gives my me 1 out of 2 probability of getting a red card. Let us make this second half really interesting. And then for the player talks, Jerome Slew, what is happening? What is happening? Come on, man, do something better. You know how to aim for the goal. What is has happened in that first half? Let's see if we can actually get those goals that we need in this second half, because we can't beat a team in second and then a team in ninth. I don't know whether they're 12th actually. Come back, come to our home and then get a draw against us or beat us. And that one is a yellow card for Tyler Richards, or whatever Richards he is. That is what we have now. Well, we came into this game with the thought of taking the lead first and really locking into the game, but now with 20 minutes to go, that actually doesn't look the case as Stockdale launches the ball forward. That was a really good tackle by Wallerton, and now here comes Slew into the box, tackled, it goes down, and then there comes the goal. Finally, Wallerton, our substitution, the substitution we made. As this Slew goes down in the box, but a penalty is not given, and then just Stockdale with that simple ball into Wallerton, first time touch, and then slams it into the back of the net. Actually, doesn't slam, just places it into the back of the net, but nothing much wonders into that. Well, one thing I've seen is that Sean McConville is actually really tired, and then Kingsley Williams, according to my staff, can actually play anywhere across a football pitch. So I'm going to bring him on. I remember bringing him on as a substitute for me for midfield last time out, and then I've brought him on as a substitute for the right wing this time around. So it's good to have such versatile and players. And now here comes right into the box, righty into Slew. Something has happened to this lad's accuracy. It's just one of those days that you try your best, but actually rain keeps on beating you instead of you getting something out of your performance. Now here comes Leach going forward, looking for Slew again, doesn't find the ball into him. That was a poor tackle, but yeah, we'll take it. He is. Can he do something before he goes out? Cross into the box, and finally, Jerome Slew has found his scoring boots. And that one was just a tap in that situation. Wright is injured at this point. The ball is played into the box by, I believe, Williams, if I'm not wrong, because Williams is the one down on that wing. If it's not Williams, it is Stockdale, because they're the two players down on that other side. But just a tap in for Slew, and that is a beautiful goal from him. Tommy Wright, I don't have any other substitution left, so he will have to play the rest of the game, even though he is injured. Williams looking for Slew again, doesn't find him. Last 2 minutes of the first half. I hope we can keep this clean sheet. Nesbitt does well to ensure that we have a chance in doing so. Right goes all the way to Williams. Another cross into the box, and Slew. He just needed to score one. He could have done this earlier than this. He could have actually done this earlier. Yeah, Slew just had to score one goal for him to find that groove for himself, and that, my friends, is a 3-0 win against Rains Park Rovers. We started scoring in the 75th minute onwards, and we have scored 3 goals. Slew has scored 2 goals in a space of, I think, 5 minutes, and that one has ensured a 3-0 win for us against Rains Park Vale, not Rains Park Rovers. Wallerton scored in the 73rd minute. Slew scored in a space of 3 minutes twice, and then ensured the win for us. Slew had been having a lot of shots across the whole match, and actually didn't find a way of putting that ball into the back of the net. So it's nice to see that finally he managed to do something for us, and he was the star man for us. And I think, practically speaking, he was the man of the match that late on. With all those shots and all those attempts, Jerome Slew had to actually give us that really good result. Results elsewhere: Farnham Town have gone above Oxbridge. What have Oxbridge done? They have drawn, and then Farnham Town, I believe they now won. Yeah, 3-2 against Birdshot Lee. But we are now 9 points ahead of Farnham Town, and we have won all of our last 10 games. Is it 10 or 9? 9. Yeah, we have won all of our last 9 games, and now that definitely puts us in pole position for this title of this league. The next time we come back, if we are not at least 10 points above the next team in second, then I have failed as a manager. So that's going to be the goal for the next time out, and I believe that's going to be the goal for the things that we are going to do later on. And then, yeah, I believe the team is all okay. Everything has gone according to plans. Asajio, who is fit again, I didn't bring him on in that match, but I believe now he is currently fit. So with that one, I believe we have done our part, guys. Thanks so much for watching this episode. Hope to see you in the next one. And speaking of the next one, well, you guys know the calendar, we are currently in November. The next one, practically, we may come back in January if there is any transfer saga or anything. But if it is not that, then we'll come back in either February or March, so that the final episode we finish up the season in May with maybe one of these two games, just one game, and then we review the season and then close it up and then prepare for next season. That is if we'll still be in first. If we drop to the playoffs, then I think we'll be coming back for another playoffs in the final episode. And that, thanks so much, guys. Tommy Wright is injured. I didn't see what his injury was. We had to confirm he's out for 8 days with the bruised knee, so he won't be featuring in the next match. But I believe we have Lee Thompson in the side and also Josh Healy out. So my players out there are all consisting of injured players. The first team and the bench are all fit except the players that are out. Yeah, that is a bit concerning. We'll come back and see where we are. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. Up to see in the next episode. This was a really good one, really productive, and it was really, really great.